Okay, students, we have discussed about the squamous epithelial tissue. We have discussed that it is of two types, simple squamous and stratified squamous. Today, we have to discuss about the other type of epithelial tissue, that is cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, glandular. One by one, we will discuss about all these tissue. Let us see, students. Today, we will discuss about cuboidal epithelial tissue. Cuboidal epithelial tissue. Students, as the name given cuboidal, you all know about the cuboid, a structure which all dimensions are equal is called as cuboid. There are 6 faces. If you see the structure of cuboid, then we will see it is in this shape. It is like this. You all have studied about the cube and cuboid. Cuboid means length, breadth, and height. There are 3 things. We have to discuss, we are not studying the math. We have to discuss about the cuboidal epithelial tissue. Students, we can say that cuboidal epithelial tissue are composed of cube-like cells of almost equal height and width. Equal height and width. What am I saying? Once I am revising that cuboidal epithelial tissue is composed of cube-like cell of almost same height and width. I can write here cuboidal epithelium is composed of almost of cube-like cells almost of width. Let us see, I have written here that the cuboidal epithelium is composed of cube-like cell of almost equal height and width. Now we have to discuss about the location that where these cuboidal epithelial cells are present in our body, where the cuboidal epithelial or epithelium are present in our body. We have to discuss about the location. About the location. Students, if we will see about the location of this cuboidal epithelium, then it is present in the kidney tubules or along with the kidney tubules, it is also present in salivary gland and the choroid layer of eye, sweat glands, pancreatic layer, etc. Let us see, it is present in kidney tubules, salivary gland, it is present in kidney tubules, salivary gland, ciliary body also we can say here that ciliary body, ciliary body. Along with this, it is also present in the sweet gland and pancreatic duct. Sweet gland and pancreatic gland. Pancreatic duct. Let us see, I have mentioned that this cuboidal epithelial tissues are present in kidney tubules, salivary glands, ciliary body, sweet glands, pancreatic duct, and there are many more places where these are present. Where these are present. Now we have to discuss about the function of epithelial tissue. As we have discussed in epithelial tissue, that it provides the different type of function like it work as a barrier, it help in the secretion, it help in the protection of body. There are the same function of cuboidal epithelial tissue that it is also helpful in mechanical support, in secretion, absorption, and excretion, or these are also helpful in the gamete formation, are also helpful in gamete formation. If we will discuss about the function of the cuboidal epithelium, then we can say that these cuboidal epithelial tissues are helpful in the protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, as well as it helpful in the formation of gamete. A new word has come, students, that what is gamete? In male and female body, there is the formation of gamete which fuse together during the reproduction to form the zygote. To form the zygote. Male and female gamete fuse together to form the zygote. In male, the male gamete is a sperm. In female, the female gamete is ovum or eggs. Let us see, we have to discuss about the function. Mostly, the function of different type of epithelial tissues are same, as we can say that the cuboidal epithelial tissue is also helpful in mechanical support, mechanical support. Second, it is helpful in secretion. Third, absorption. And excretion. Absorption and excretion. The fourth one is formation of gamete. Formation of gamete. Let us see, students, we have discussed that there are different function of this epithelial tissue, as we have discussed that it is helpful to provide the mechanical support, means during injury it is helpful. It also helpful in the secretion, absorption and excretion, formation of gametes also. How these Cuboidal epithelial tissues are helpful in different ways. One by one, we will see. First of all, we have to see about the mechanical support. We know, students, that the epithelial tissue provide the mechanical support to the organ where it is present. Where it is present. Second thing is that secretion. If we discuss about the secretion, that we know that it is present in the digestive tract, it is present in the sweet gland, or it is also present in many endocrine glands. And if it is present in endocrine glands or digestive tract, then we know that from endocrine gland there is the secretion of different type of hormones. If it is present in digestive tract, then we know that there is the secretion of many types of digestive juices also. So we can say that the cuboidal epithelium is helpful in the secretion. The next topic that is given in absorption and excretion. Absorption and excretion. We know, students, that the cuboidal epithelial cells absorb the waste from blood and helpful in the excretion. Helpful in the excretion. As we have discussed that it is present in the kidney tubules. So if it is present in kidney tubules, then we know the function of tubules of kidney, because it helpful in absorption and excretion of the waste product. The last point that we have to study is formation of gamete. Formation of gamete. Students, cuboidal epithelial cells of the germinal epithelium produce gamete. The germinal epithelium helpful to produce the gametes. If you will see the structure of cuboidal epithelial tissue, then we will find that it is given in your book also. It is cube-like portion, and the nucleus is present in same way. It is present in same way. There is the mat-like structure, barrier-like structure, and nucleus is present here. Okay, students, you can see that it is present in same way. The nucleus is present in the center of this cell. Okay, now we have to discuss about the other type of cuboidal epithelial, other type of epithelial tissue, that is columnar epithelial tissue or columnar epithelium. We have to discuss about columnar epithelium. We have to discuss about columnar epithelium or columnar epithelial tissue. Same function we have to discuss about the structure, function, and location. As the name given, students, columnar. This columnar epithelial tissues are of column like. Suppose that you can see this is the duster. You have seen that during making building there is need to prepare the columns. Pillar like structure are prepared. Due to this pillar like structure, it is called as columnar. Suppose that if many dusters are arranged in same way, मान लो एक duster यहाँ arrange कर दिए, दूसरा ऐसे arrange कर दिए. If many dusters are arranged, then it is pillar like structure. Due to this pillar like structure, it is called as columnar epithelial tissue. Due to pillar like structure, it is called as columnar epithelial tissue. This columnar epithelial tissues consist of tall, cylindrical, and pillar like cell. Tall, cylindrical, and pillar like cell. We can say that tall, cylindrical, and pillar-like cell. These columnar epithelial consist of, we can say, consist of tall columnar, tall cylindrical and pillar-like cells. If we discuss about the tall, then it will be also like same position. It will be in cylindrical position. This is the cylinder, and pillar-like structure as you have discussed about the duster. If you will see, this is the reason, that's why it is called as columnar epithelial tissue or columnar epithelium. The next thing, students, if you will see, then the basal part of the cell where there are the basement membrane. One thing I have remembered, one students have asked me a question about the basement membrane. We will discuss after this video that what is the basement membrane. I think this question was asked by Ansul. If he is connected to the, then raise your hands only. If Ansul is present, then you can raise your hand. Let us see, students. We will discuss about the basement membrane. The columnar epithelium is present in the basement membranes which bear the oval nucleus. It is also present in the microvilli where there is the finger-like projections, where there is the finger-like projections in the body. And this columnar epithelium is present in the pharynx, in the stomach, in the intestine, larynx, oviduct. There are many places where these columnar epithelial tissues are present. If we will see about the location, if we will see about the location of cuboidal epithelial tissue, then they are present in the stomach, pharynx, larynx, oviduct, etc. You all are familiar with the pharynx and larynx. It is the part of respiratory tract. In 10th, you will discuss about the pharynx and larynx. If you will see the columnar epithelium, then it is present in stomach, in pharynx, in larynx, oviduct, and there are many places where these are present. If you will see the structure of columnar epithelium, then it will be like the pillar-like structure in same position. In same position. And the nucleus present in the cell are elongated in this position. It is also in elongated position. We have discussed about the nucleus of cuboidal, that it was round, but in case of columnar epithelium, the nucleus is elongated in position. You can see it is in elongated position. Okay, students, and there is the mat-like structure in same position. In same position. This is the structure of columnar epithelium, that it is pillar-like structure, and the nucleus that is present here is elongated. It is elongated. Now we have to discuss about the function. As we have discussed, students, that there is no any difference in function of different type of epithelial tissue. All epithelial tissues perform the same, mostly same type of function. As we have discussed in cuboidal epithelial tissue, that it is helpful in mechanical support, it is helpful in secretion, absorption. Then we can say that the columnar epithelial tissues are also helpful in secretion and absorption. It also provides the mechanical support. It also provides the mechanical support. Now, we have to discuss about the ciliated epithelial tissue. These are very small topics. One by one, we will discuss about all these. Ciliated. Ciliated epithelial tissue. Students, as the name given, ciliated means it is cilia-like structure. It is of cilia-like structure. You all are familiar with the cilia. If you have studied about the paramecium, then you have studied that on the body of paramecium there are small hair-like structures are present. Small hair-like structure are present. These hair-like structure that is present on the body of paramecium is called cilia. This is hair-like structure are also present in internal part of our body. These two girls are not doing their proper study. Nandini Singh and Minsu. Let us see. Ciliated epithelial tissue. If we discuss about ciliated epithelial tissue, then we can say, students, that in our body, mostly in the intestinal region, in tracheal portion, there are hair-like projections, and that hair-like projections are called cilia, and it is present in the intestinal portion, due to which it is called as ciliated. It is called as ciliated. If we will see that ciliated epithelial tissue is the modified tissue of columnar and cuboidal tissue. What am I saying, students? Listen once again, that the ciliated epithelial tissue is the modified form of columnar and cuboidal epithelial tissue. Ciliated epithelial tissue is the modified form of cuboidal and columnar epithelial tissue. What am I saying? Modified form of cuboidal and columnar epithelium. This ciliated epithelial tissues are modified form of cuboidal and columnar epithelium, and it is cube like, it is cilia like structure. It is cilia like structure. If it is present in cuboidal form, then it is called as cuboidal or ciliated cuboidal epithelial tissue. If it is present in columnar epithelial, then it is called as ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Means on the basis of presence of this ciliated epithelial tissue in cuboidal and columnar epithelium, it can be called as, if it is present in cuboidal, then it can be called as ciliated cuboidal epithelium. If it is present in columnar, then it is called as ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay. Now we have to discuss about the function. Mostly there are the cilia, yeah, we can say that its cell bear cilia, its cell bear cilia, and these cilia are present at the free end. Cilia at the free end. free end of the body and help in movement and help in movement of the substances. Movement of substances. Let us see. I have mentioned here free end. What does it means? Students, suppose that if it is a surface of body, if it is the surface of body, then on the surface of body, if there are hair like projections are present in same way, or we can say here, suppose that this is the tracheal portion, and in tracheal portion, if this portion is present, such type of structure is present, hair like structure are present in same way. So from one portion it is connected to body, but other portion is free. This end is free. The one end is connected with the surface of body and the other end is free. This is called the free. This is the free end, where it is not connected to any portion. And if it is not connected to any portion, then it will be helpful in the movement. Then it will be helpful in movement. It work like the oars. You all have seen the oars by which a boatman able to swim in water. Suppose that जो नाविक होते हैं अपनी नाव को चलाने के लिए एक फिक्स एंड होता है और पतवार को वो चलाते हैं, तो एक तरफ फिक्स होता है और उसका आगे का जो पोर्शन होता है वो चलता रहता है. सेम कंडीशन में जो सीलिया होती है उसका एक पोर्शन बॉडी से अटैच होता है और दूसरा जो मूवमेंट होता है यूनिडायरेक्शन मूवमेंट होता है. यूनिडायरेक्शन मूवमेंट मींस देयर इज द मूवमेंट इन वन पोर्शन ओनली. एक तरफ से मूवमेंट होगा, केवल एक तरफ से मूवमेंट होता जाएगा. एक तरफ से फ्री एंड है, दूसरे तरफ से उठेगा, फिर वो मूवमेंट अगेन एंड अगेन होता जाएगा. देयर इज यूनिडायरेक्शनल मूवमेंट, एंड this unidirectional movement is helpful in swallowing of food, as when we swallow the food material that it goes into the body. हमारी स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन होती है, उस स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में भी जब डाइजेशन की प्रोसेस होती है, एब्जॉर्प्शन की प्रोसेस होती है, तो उस दौरान जो मूवमेंट होता है फूड पार्टिकल्स का वो यूनिडायरेक्शन मूवमेंट में होता है. और उसकी वजह क्या होती है? सिलेटेड एपिथेलियल टिश्यू ही होते हैं. These सिलेटेड एपिथेलियल टिश्यूज आर हेल्पफुल. Okay, students, time is 8 minutes remain. I will unmute to all of you after finishing this topic. Let us see. If we will see, then the columnar, the ciliated epithelial tissue are present in the lining of trachea, location, present in lining of trachea. It is also present in the fallopian tube, fallopian tubes of females. It is also present in fallopian tubes of females. Then once again we will revise the function of ciliated epithelium. If it is present in trachea, then it will be helpful in the movement in a unidirectional portion. If it is present in fallopian tube, then it will be helpful in the movement of X. Okay, students, this is the reason that it is called as ciliated epithelial tissue. It is also present in the lungs, in bronchus portion, in nasal passage, in kidney tubules also. We can mention here, it is also present in lungs, in the nasal passage, in kidney tubules also. Now, we have to discuss about the function of ciliated epithelial tissue. we have to discuss about the function. If we discuss about the function of ciliated epithelial tissue, then it causes the movement of liquid or the suspended solid particles like